So I've got my paper here. We're going to start with a tracer, unless you're magically good at tracing perfect circles. This is going to be the iris, or the colored part of the eye. I've got my perfect circle. I'm going to come in with a smaller one for the pupil. I'm going to just freehand it, but you can trace it if you want. I'm going to come in with a thick Sharpie. I'm also going to draw in the shine of the pupil. Now this could be a couple different shapes. Actually, I don't like that one. Could be just like a little rectangle here, or a circle like that. And I'm going to fill in the rest of it. I think I'm going to do circles for this one just because I'm tired of doing the rectangles. There we go. So there's my pupil and my shine. Now I'm going to come in and do some wet on wet blending. What that means, I'm going to start with just some plain water on my watercolor paper. I'm going to let my colors pool and mix. We want that. That's good. And watercolor paper is thicker than regular painting paper or printer paper. It'll let the liquid just sit on top of it for a little bit. So when I go to paint it in, it spreads out a bit. Watercolor always dries lighter than it goes on, so don't be afraid to do this in layers. Come over and do the other side. And for the most part, the paint's only going to go and spread where I've put the water. Let's see if I can come in with a darker color so you can see better. I'm going to come in with phthalo green. I want to make sure I have enough paint on my brush for this. And just kind of tap and let it bleed out. I'm not spreading all of it out. I'm not smoothing it. That would be a wash. We want to try wet on wet blending. And you can do just plain water drops too. That'll get it to spread. This is the one time when you do actually want quite a bit of water on your paper. I'm going to come in now with some yellow. Got to make sure I have enough on my brush, but I'm not digging at it. You can get some really cool swirls happening. And you can start with a lighter color in the center, or you can go with dark. I don't care. I just want to see you trying this mixing method. See how that's spreading and following anywhere I had water touching? That's what we want. Let that blend. It's kind of hard to see because my paper's shiny, but this is working out cool. A little bit of bright green over here. And I want those nice pockets of puddles because I like where those are blending. And I'm just kind of letting the paint do its thing and spread out on its own. I'm not purposely mixing them all together. I'm letting them mix on their own. You can get some really neat shapes and moments in like that. And I'm going to come in again and start to load up on that dark green on the outer edge. Okay, keep loading things up until you feel like your paper has enough paint. Notice how I'm not spreading or mixing, I'm just touching. I'm letting the water do the blending for me. That looks cool if you ask me.